Good morning, my fellow traders. Hope you all having an awesome weekend. And I would say it was an awesome weekend for me and for the traders who are disciplined, who are not greedy, and who take their trades with right rules and right education. Now, the first part of this video is always, as usual, is going to be very educational for the traders who really want to learn trading. Because I want to give you free knowledge as much as possible through my weekend's videos. Now, if you are a profitable trader, if you are already making money, you can feel free to skip this first part and jump directly to the analysis part, and you can see the timestamp right in front of you on your screens. But still, if you want to watch the first part and if you follow me, then it's worth watching the first part of this video, as I'm going to show you my real trades I've taken this week. Lots of things happened, lots of good trades happened, but all happened with discipline and patience. And I'm going to show you how I take my entries, how I've been patient, some stop losses that was hit, some zones that played out, why I've not taken some trades, why I've entered some trades. So it's going to be really beneficial for you if you want to watch it. Now, if you follow me from a couple of years, you know my trading is right in front of you. I don't come on YouTube to give you straight analysis and just give you my bias and go away. I show you the entry patterns, and lots of my YouTube fellow traders, they are now making money just watching my free videos. And few of my students have also passed the funded trading challenges, and they are now making money through the funded accounts. Now, most of the traders, they love to lose money, thousands of pounds or dollars, but they don't want to invest few £100 on themselves just to learn a right set of rules and education. The ego is so high, they just think that the trading mentors out there, they are just there to make money. Yes, of course, they're going to make money as well because they are providing your value. And if they are providing a right value, then it's worth spending money. I always give example of Elon Musk, that he is promoting his AI bot every single day on his X handle, even though he's a billionaire. Just because he's providing a value, to get a value, you need to pay an amount. And if you're getting something free, you are not going to get 100% value. If you're learning from me, learn the full system. If you're learning from someone else, make sure you master the full system. And I can proudly say that in the markets, very few mentors, they are giving you the exact strategy with the exact number of stops and targets. They teach you the rules, they teach you the patterns, but they don't tell you where to come out and where to enter your trades. They tell you where to enter the trades, but they don't give you the exact amount of targets of exiting your trades. And I'm telling that with experience. I've taken some courses myself as well, just to see how the other mentors are teaching. I don't say they are wrong, but just to see my own system and just to improve my own system, I do check them often. And very few of them has given the exact targets. They just tell you a stop loss above the wick or below the wick, or the high or below. But I give you the exact numbers with my tested strategies over multiple numbers of years. So if you like my trading, feel free to check my trading academy at moneymarkers.uk. Scroll down to see the plans. Now, this is the plan that will give you every single thing that will help you to become a profitable trader. But discipline is needed, of course, and we have a Discord group access where the like-minded traders will be posting the analysis themselves, and we have a community of traders there where we discuss lots of opportunities, the entries, the patterns, the analysis, so that you're not trading alone. And that is why we have a community. And if you are a community of like-minded traders, then your success will follow you much more quicker than doing everything on your own and alone. And I'll be there as well to jump on in your chats and discuss my own thoughts and analysis. Right here, as you can see in front of you, the community of the traders, where we discuss these type of moves, the valid entries, the way you can learn all these analysis we post there every single day in the group. And I'm really glad that the fellow traders in the group, they are contributing every day. And that is how you learn. And sometimes I also learn from them. There are a few things I might not be familiar with, but if I look at some certain patterns which my fellow traders here, they are posting, and if I like it, I say, yeah. If I like it, I also learn from them. Sometimes the students spot the entries according to the system I teach them. And I take it myself as well. Because sometimes I don't have time to look at the market every single minutes. And there is a lot more which I can't cover in this single video, otherwise it's going to make this video much longer. So it is something you need to get if you really want to learn your trade. And these two plans will be totally free with this plan. You don't need to pay monthly for that. And these are not a signal groups. It is something for you to learn and take your trading to the next level. Trading is about the right setups. Last week we have taken 3 trades. 2 of them hit the take profit. 1 of them is still running. Let's see how that goes next week. And I've already shown that trade in my live session. And that live session is still public. You can feel free to watch that on my YouTube, which was this trade. I'm not sure how this is going to go, but this is the third trade we have taken in the group. The first one we have taken is AUDUSD. Now, the benefit of learning this system is one of the students here, a fellow trader, I would say, right here, has mentioned this entry in the Discord group. And once he mentioned this entry, I've gone and checked that it is a valid entry. Of course, when you know the rules, you don't need to wait for the signals. And it is something for the premium members who learn the full system, who have a lifetime plan. They are in my Discord group discussing these entries. They send the entry, I've checked that, I've said yes, that is a valid entry. I've looked at this entry, I have sent a trade alerts to my priority members as well looking at this entry. Now, that is a benefit for you that you don't need to wait for my trade alert. You look here, you ask me if you have any confusion, you take your entries, you enter right when you watch this entry. And afterwards, as you can see, I've sent this trade alert. Now, the reason I'm showing you this example because there is one lesson to learn for your risk management here as well. As you can see, I've mentioned the note here that I'm entering with a limit order. However, the entry at the current price is also valid. Risky due to major news events ahead. As I've entered a little bit below, as you can see from the screenshot, and I've entered right here, as you can see here. Now, there are 2 ways you can do your risk management. Number 1, here I've set a fixed stop loss. Mean my stop loss is right according to the stops and target rules the way I've teach my students. So that is my stop loss, and my take profit was exactly 1.4 to 1 reward to risk ratio. I've kept that to these highs, exactly a bit below that. Now I have set my fixed target, means I have already accepted this loss. But if I would have gone 1 to 1, which is exactly here, a take profit would have been hit exactly right here, and afterward the price quickly pushed back down. Now I was also looking at this trend here, and I was also looking at this resistance here. So that is why I've decided to keep a fixed target of 1.4 to 1, keep my stop loss fixed to have a protection of this liquidity here. If I would have just kept 1 to 1, which I always recommend to my beginners, to keep 1 to 1 to have a good number of trades, then manage your trades. In that case, the price pushes up, then push back down. I was back in 0 profits. Now here the patience comes. If you are scared, what you would do? You would be out at little push up just because you are scared that what if the price hit my stop loss. Now here you have already decided with a fixed target, fixed stop loss, that you're only coming out if the stop loss is hit or if your 1.4 to 1 reward to risk ratio target is hit. That is how you increase your profitability in trading, by having a good amount of take profit and small amount of stop loss. Once you're profitable, not talking about beginners. The price came down and eventually hit my 1.4 to 1 reward to risk ratio. Now 2 things could happen. Number 1, I could have just kept my 1 to 1 and then move my stop loss to break even and let my trade run to 1.4 to 1 reward to risk ratio. In that case, I will be out at 0 profits and 0 loss. That is also fine. Number 2, you just keep your fixed stop loss and just go a fixed reward to risk ratio exactly like this. In this case, you have accepted the loss. Now you need to wait. Doesn't matter if the price come down or hit your stop loss. But here, at least you have taken a right trade. You have done your risk management. And if this trade gone up hitting your profits, then at least you are up 3 more times. And you have a good leverage to take a good risk in your next trades. So that is a good example of risk management. Sometime I go fixed target, sometime I move my stop loss to break even, sometime I open 2 trades, which is exactly here. Now this trade is 1% risk each, but the benefit of that is if this target is hit, I will have the money in my account and I will be out of 1 trade. Then I will move my stop loss to break even and this money is already in my pocket, and if the price pushes back down, at least I am still making this profit with 1 to 1 trade. But if the price pushes up, I'll be making profit of 1 to 1, and I'll be making profits of 1.3 to 1 reward to risk ratio trades, and just with 2% of risk in one trade, I'm getting more money. In the first trade, the money is guaranteed. So that is a second way of doing a risk management. Or the simple way is, once you take profit, one is hit, move your stop loss to break even, let the trade run to the next resistance. So that is why I've shown you the live examples of my trade. So one trade that hit the take profit, sent to the members, hit the targets. Now, like I said, if you follow your rules, you don't need to get scared of. Then we have USD Japanese yen. Now, this was a risky trade for me, and the previous high was right here. That is why I don't want to go much higher for this trade. I've kept one fixed target for this trade, and this was sent to my members as well. What I've did, instead of managing this trade, I have taken two trades that is going in the same direction. I mean USD Japanese yen and Euro Japanese yen. So I entered this trade right here, as you can see on your screens. That hit my 1-to-1 targets and quickly pushed down. That is the benefit of placing right amount of stops and target. Now, this is not a luck for me. This number of stop loss was exactly the strategy I teach my students. And if you don't know how to place your stop loss, and your stop loss is, take profit, and the take profit is here, you could have missed a winning trade. But my stop loss and my take profit was exactly aligned, and price quickly hit my take profit and just pushed down. Now, like I said, I've taken two trades, one this one and the other one is Euro Japanese yen right here. Now, the benefit of taking two trades. First, I want to show you the screenshot of my live account so that the keyboard warriors won't say that, Omar, you have not taken these trades, just showing us on the YouTube. I don't care about them. As long as you guys follow me, you know how I take my trades. As you can see, the price of fill, that is according to my IC Markets platform, not according to the Owanda platform, but I've entered with the limit order at my entry price. Price hit my order, and as you can see, the benefit of that is I didn't have a better reward to risk ratio than 1-to-1 on USDJPY, but I have taken two trades, means I've split my risk in two trades going in the same direction, and I was not confident for both of these pairs to go much higher. That is why I've kept 1-to-1 reward to risk ratio, but I've increased my reward by placing two trades going in the same direction, and that doesn't have much bigger room to push up, and keeping 1-to-1 reward to risk ratio target gave me good profits on both trades because I don't want to go above these highs. Yes, if the price was like this in a pullback, then I would manage my trade from here till here. But since the pullback was smaller, I didn't want to go much higher. I'm sure the students who are watching me here have got a very good lesson to do your trade management. So two trades here, both has a smaller room, but enough room for me to place 1-to-1 targets on both trades. That is how I increase my reward to risk ratio sometime. A good tip for you guys if you are following me here. And in this type of range market, that is enough for me to cut my profits. Now, just want to continue with this example of a strong pullback and managing my trades. A very good example here. Now, like I said, I didn't have a good room to manage my trade because of a small pullback. This is something I call a nice pullback. So, all the way from here till here. Entry happened here. I entered right here. For me, I have a room to manage my trade from here till the high. And that makes this trade 1.9-to-1 reward to risk ratio. And I've not taken this entry alone. My students, my fellow traders in my Discord group, they have spotted this entry as well. As you can see right here, we had a fellow trader here spotted a pullback entry bullish. That follows all the rules, and as you can see, exactly here I've taken my entry as well with a limit order, and that nicely pushed up, and that is how we've been taking these trades. Now you will say, Omar, you're only taking the winners. No, AUDCAD, for me, that was a breakout entry and a heartbreaker entry. Entered at the breakout A, hit my stop loss and pushed back up. Then I have another trade, Euro AUD, that was mentioned in the live session. I've set two trades. One hit my take profit and second didn't reach my take profit, and it is still running, but we'll see how that goes. It might hit my stop loss and I'll be out, but this is the patience where the price gone near to my stop loss. I was still in this trade. So one trade I was in profit and second trade is still running. And then we have this trade about to hit my stop loss, pushed back up. I was happy about it. My take profit pushed back down, hit my stop loss. So these were my losers as well, just to show you that not everything is about winners. But my winners are always better because my risk management is good. Then I want to show you Palladium. I know that is favorite for most of the traders. Now, it is not a random entry. I do all the hard work for you guys, for my members who follow me, of course. If you're paying for a service, my job is to provide you the value. Now, this was mentioned in the report that was sent on 17th of August. And right here, I mentioned that Palladium is approaching the level of support. While I'm not expecting a full reversal, clearly mentioned here, I'm watching for a possible bounce. And I'll be closely monitoring this area for the buying setup on lower time frame, but only if entry conditions are met. My preferred entry will be double bottom confirmation, right? What do we have? Price pushed down, first bottom, pushed up, second bottom. In golfer, my entry, I've set my stop loss, set my take profit. And that is 1-to-1 here. For commodities, I sometimes go 1-to-1. And it is not something I'm just saying randomly. We had a breakout entry as well. Some traders like to enter here, and that is something mentioned to my members, my YouTube members. Now, if you are my YouTube members, that's different from the priority members. Priority members get every single thing. They get live sessions, they get reports like these I've shown you. But if you're just my YouTube members, it's paying $5 a month, then you get these videos where I provide you these setups. So I want to show you the clip from the members only video so that you can see that before the conditions happened, I have given you a shout out for this entry. Let's see the clip, then we're going to connect the dots from there. Now, there are two types of traders who trade these patterns from the support and resistance, and they wait for the breakout instead of entering a double bottom like this. Now, I've just taken my small trade right at this double bottom. It is not a very good level. That is why I've not entered aggressively. Again, trader might be coming out soon using 1-to-1 reward to risk ratio. Nice one. So do you see any guesses here? No guesses here because this is something we call discipline, example of patience, example of entering a right trade, example of exiting at the right time. Because I knew this zone is not the strongest zone, I just want to set a fixed target, fixed stop loss. Now, importance of having a good amount of stop loss. That could be a liquidity sweep, hitting a stop losses, and then price pushed back up. If you know a right rules of setting a stop losses, like I said, not many traders or mentors teach that, but I do. Then you can save yourself by hitting with stop losses unnecessarily, where you could have avoid these type of mishaps, I would say. So a right amount of stop loss saved me, and this trade turned into a winner. Now I want to show you one trade that I've set live. I've placed the live trade in my live account, and I want to show you my risk, the way I've taken the risk according to my account balance. Only 1.5% of risk. That is why I'm not panic. Now, this trade here, now this is the live trade I've set. Now, I regret not to extend my take profit in this trade because it is just a start of new trend, a new cross, a new change of trend from downwards to upward, a fresh uptrend. I could have captured this big move till here to these highs. But that is fine. Like I said, it was my mistake not to look at the market. That is why I want you guys to learn from these examples, from my experience as well. When there is a start of new trend, from a downtrend to a new uptrend, and then the price also gave you a signal, means there is a good chance the price will give you a good reward to risk ratio. So for me, that is fine. But I want to show you the trade from the live account, and I'm going to show you the screenshots of my trade as well for my real account, the profit I've made, the time of the trade, how long this trade runs, so that you can see everything is transparent. So let's see the clip, and then we can connect the dots from there. Yes, valid pullback entry on CADJPY. I'll give you the targets here. Okay, so that's my 1.5% of risk for this trade. Right here, I want to show you the screenshot from my account. This was the account. The trade was, for me, in pounds, is at 113 pounds. In dollars, could be more, could be $140 just in one trade. And with 1.5% of risk, in 9 hours, I've made this money. Just want to show you one trade here. And as you can see, 29 pips here. As you can see, 29 pips here. Right in front of you. That is what we call discipline. But like I said, this trade could have given me an insane amount of profits. But for me, that is fine. Like I said, my risk management is good. I've taken some good trades. And in next time, I'll be making more money. I don't jump in the trades with the FOMO or with the regret why I've not taken that trade by entering another wrong trade. I know the opportunity will come soon, and market is like an ocean which is never empty and full of opportunities. So example A of this trade I've taken with the rules, live trade in a real account with 1.5% of risk, and if your risk management is good, that is how you can take your trading to the stronger level. Now, indices, my strategies goes with all the market, and the breakout strategy has been working perfectly fine, and that is really awesome, and that is something I'm gonna get in my course as well, and the course price is gonna go up as well. I'm not sure when, but it will, because I'm providing lots of value there and I'm putting lots of hard work there as well. Now that is what you call a trade. Now my AI bot, Money Markets AI bot, if you are my course member, that is free for you, for the course members, and it is giving some insane signals, not for every trade, but I don't follow this AI bot blindly. Now this trade, as you can see, with the AI bot has given an entry exactly here at the close of this triangle pattern, exactly at the close, and that was my own entry as well. The TP of the AI bot is right here, but my TP is a bit lower, which is 1-to-1. Now if you say, Omar, how can we believe that you have actually mentioned this trade? Now this was mentioned in the live session in the Discord group when the entry happened, and this AI bot has given my signal as well. Now this AI bot given a signal here with this big candle. No one would like to enter at this big momentum candle. That would be crazy enough to enter here. Instead, anyone can know that after this big candle and overbought, we would wait for the pullback. That is why, don't follow these bots blindly. But I will show you when there is a right entry and this AI bot is going with that, my risk will be increased a bit according to my risk management. Now this trade, this pattern was mentioned in the live session, and with that UK 100, this pattern was mentioned in the live session as well. This breakout, a trade I've not taken myself, but just to show you how this played out nicely. With that, this trade which I've taken on both sides from lower to the higher. Now this is not blind and this is not blind. First let me show you the clip from the live session, and also from the members only video that is just for the star members. Like I said, if you're paying $5 a month, I post these videos to the members, for the YouTube members. If you join that from your phones, you can see in the comment section, just join the members only videos, or from your tablets you can see the join button, you can join that. So let me show you the members only video, the live session, and the screenshot from the Discord group, how the trading can get stronger if you take these trades. And it is the money we are making, but with right rules. That must be broken. The longer the range is, the stronger the pattern is, exactly here. So let it range for some more time, up and down, and then see we are looking to enter from this zone. But if you are broken above these highs, then in that case we are completely bullish and we are looking towards the upside and continuation. Then we have UK 100. If you look here, UK 100 has just formed a continuation flag pattern. If we have a solid candle exactly like this. Now these are the big candles I want to see a breakout above or below. This is a breakout, a little breakout, but I want to see a solid momentum that confirms the upside move. Now here I just want to mention this triangle pattern right here, ascending triangle here. Now that is what we need to look at. A break above will be solid trend continuation with a solid candle that must come out here with a solid close, or a break below with a solid close of red candle will likely to push the price lower. Wherever it breaks, we will go for our entry. If we have a broken above, I'll keep my stop loss below this week, and EMA below. If we have broken above, I'll keep my stop loss above these highs and take profit 1-to-1 initially. Perfect. So you have seen this was mentioned everywhere in the live session, in the members only video, and also here in my Discord group, which is for AUS 200 index. This candle is closed here, as you can see. That was also said in the live session. That is valid. That push down, that is valid as well. You see how nicely everything is aligning with the rules. And we have taken this trade, that push down, hitting the profits. We hit the support. We know where to exit. The price forms a double bottom, and that is not random. In my indices report that was sent on 31st of August, just last week, Right here, I've mentioned that the price currently has a major zone below, and I'll be closely monitoring this zone if the price pushes down for the possible setup. So first we had this pattern at above, we have eaten the profits here, then we had the zone that we have already prepared of, we had a double bottom, we entered the trade here, and that also gave me 1.2 to 1 reward to risk ratio targets. You see how beautiful is this? The proofs are in front of you, and if you are still losing money, the fault is in you. You are greedy, you are impatient, you are not disciplined, and you are just jumping into wrong trade at the wrong time with the FOMO. You might be entering here at the top just because maybe AI bots triggered a signal blindly, just with the FOMO the price is going to push up even further just to capture a small move, and you would have just blown up your account. But us, we were looking for this pullback entry here, made money here, breakout entry here, made money here, double bottom here, made money here, and the price pushed up, making the profits. And then in the same report, we have JP225 clearly mentioned the price is now in a process of a pullback and now inside the major structure trend continuation zone, and I'll be monitoring this zone for the possible entry conditions. Now, what did I mention here? A preferred entry would be double bottom formation, especially since the zone is not a strongest level. Double bottom means we have a double confirmation that price is likely going to bounce up. First rejection, pullback, second rejection with bulls taking over, aggressive double bottom. If I'm a student, you know what double bottom is this, and hitting 1.4 to 1 reward to risk ratio target. If you're indices trader, you know how much money someone could have made just with small % of risk as well. Now, I want to add your favorite commodity, which is natural gas. Now, what do you see here? Right in front of you, this report was sent to the members just last week. The price is inside the level, and as you can see right here, that's a bearish area, and I'll be closely monitoring and observing this level for the short selling opportunity once conditions are met. As you can see right here, and this report was created when on 31st of August. And what do you see here? Exactly from where the price pushed down, double top, triple top, and that is something we were already prepared of. Lots of traders come and say, Omar, you say this and that, but the traders who follow me in my community, they know exactly from where to sell. That was sent on MCX, Ovanda, Capital.com, and Nemix platform. All four platforms played out perfectly fine. That is something I'm going to talk about in the analysis part, and this analysis is going to be very important as I'm going to talk about some major fundamentals, some US, some Russian, China gas deals are happening over the weekend, and chances of gap up and gap down is going to be discussed in this analysis part. So make sure you're not skipping a full analysis of nat gas and commodities, as you will miss the important information. So watch the full analysis in the analysis part, but for now let me continue with the first part of these trades we have taken throughout the week. Now, I want to mention this commodity as well, even though I've not taken this trade, but this was mentioned in the live session and also in my public live session yesterday. I've just done. Feel free to watch that. We have also done some NFT trading there so that you can see what I've said and how the gold pushed up in that analysis. So the breakout happened with this candle here, and that nicely pushed down. And let me show you the clip from the live session so that we can connect the dots from there. This breakout pattern here, symmetrical triangle here, that is still not very solid because that's just a sideways market. I would like to see this pattern in a trending market, but looking at that, if we are close below, then in that case I have a zone here. Perfect. So as you can see, the direction was clearly downside, and we were already prepared for the price to come in this zone and to buy this market. A quick tip for you, it is my buying area from where I'll be looking to go long. Otherwise, my pullbacks and bearish trades, that is all I'm looking at. But a nice entry here, which is not my entry, but someone who like to trade the breakouts, it is something we had nicely break down and hitting the targets. Now, before I end, I also want to show you one more pullback entry exactly here that happened on Palladium. That also would have been played out as I was already in the trade. But for someone who would like to trade pullbacks, that is also an entry, same like we had on Palladium. So if you know the rules, there is lots of opportunities in the market, but your job is to do a good risk management. Finally, I want to show you one more breakout trade. Now, this is not just for me, just not a random trade. And like I said, if you are just a YouTube members, this video was posted for YouTube members only. I want to show you the video first, then we can talk about this trade. We are getting a nice triangle pattern in an uptrend. That is the kind of range we are getting here. And all I'm looking for and waiting for the breakout. You can also use this pattern like this, or you can just simply use a triangle pattern. That both are validated. So breakout would confirm the entry. A solid close is an aggressive entry. Above or below will decide its move. Nice one. So perfect breakout with this solid candle. A pullback where I've entered and nicely pushed down, hitting the targets. And again, if you're a member, you could also benefit from these type of analysis that I post for members only. And in an uptrend, a change of trend, a nice push down, and you could have entered at the retest here as well with this evening star pattern. And in that case, that move could have been till the support here, hitting 166 pips of target. But my target was smaller, 92 pips, and 1.2 to 1 was my targets. So let's end this first part of the video and let's start the analysis part of net gas, gold, silver and crude oil, starting with natural gas. Now, first, in my live sessions, someone asked me a question about that, what to expect from the markets, a gap up or gap down. Now, just want to talk about fundamentals. I don't really look at fundamentals much because I don't want to distract myself. Now, I've been uploading videos on YouTube from last 5 years and most of my videos were based on technical factors, and I would say the net gas results were above 79% just using technicals, because net gas is a commodity that doesn't run fundamentally a lot. Yes, sometimes there are some news events that can cause a move, but if we are fundamentally bearish, more likely the technicals are also bearish. If you are fundamentally bullish, more likely we are technically bullish as well. But that is something to support the analysis. Now, here we are technically bearish, talking about fundamentals, the data was bearish, and now over the weekend, that can help us to see if the markets can likely open above or below in gap. That are the fundamentals that happens over the weekend or Friday after the market is closed. Now, there's a news out there according to the Router and Financial Times about the Russia-China pipeline extension of Siberia 2, if you know about this famous or popular pipeline, as they are making a massive proposed deal that could deliver 50 to 60 billion cubic of natural gas yearly to China by early 2030s. But that is not confirmed yet, but of course the news, these type of news can drive the markets, and the technical traders, they act on these type of news as well. So looking at that, if this deal move forward, there's a chance, and because the news is in the market, the longer term effects can be towards the downside. Now, number two, the Russia firm Novatek has successfully shipped the first LNG cargo project to China, and that marks a significant effect on the prices. Then this could also add a new supply into the market. Now, if there's more supply, what happens? Oversupply, lower demands, right? And that might have caused this move down as well, because that just happened last week according to the Trading Economics and the Midland Reporter and the barchart.com. These are the sources of these news. And also the US is sitting on the higher than average gas storage levels, increasing in demands, causing oversupply. So looking at all these factors, there's a chance the market can open down in gap. There's a chance, not guaranteed. So in the long term, we can see a possible fall out of natural gas or possible formation of the pattern technically, and the price can fall from here. So there's still an oversupply in the natural gas, means the demand is low and the price can still push down. So for now, expect some short-term downward move as well. That doesn't mean the price is going to crash and just go to the $1. That doesn't mean at all. Don't start heavily selling natural gas. That is why we have technicals there. And that is why I mentioned that nat gas perfectly move technically as well. I've already made a video how to look at technicals and news together to trade natural gas. Feel free to watch that video. So, gap down chances are there due to oversupply. Russian LNG to China start moving. Russia-China pipeline talks. Now, let's talk technicals. Now, you guys are already aware of this report that was sent to you. We were already bearish for natural gas. Price was below 50 EMA on a daily. Price was inside the major trend continuation resistance as well. And if you look on a daily time frame, that could be another wave down. A push down, pull back, push down, pull back, and push down, pull back, and push down. That is something with a longer term perspective. Now, if we look on daily, we are getting a bearish engulfing candle. That is a signal, and I also call this a valid pullback entry bearish, and that can still cause a nice move down. So technically we are bearish and I'm expecting a market to push down. I repeatedly said that I won't be buying natural gas until we are not broken above this high. And I've mentioned that in my last video that we might get a double top and price can likely to push down. A perfect double top here. I'll use this top here, bearish engulfer, and let's say you would have entered at the triple top exactly at this bearish engulfer and put your stop loss here. That is easily 1.4 to 1 reward to risk ratio target. Now good enough to come out of this trade. Don't be greedy, right? Let me show you the clip from the last video so that you can know that we have mentioned this entry. The report was sent there. Everything was clearly planned. All you need to do is execution. So let's see the clip and then we can connect the dots from there. As mentioned yesterday, the price never break above the zone and push back down, leaving the wick, and that is what we call fake out and try to get a liquidity grab from here. Now I also want to give you a heads up on 1 hour time frame. If you're someone who trade on 1 hour, we have got a divergence in the RSI, and right here as you can see on this platform we are getting a double top pattern as well. Now if the next candle turns out to be a red bearish engulfer, that will be a sell signal and price will likely to give you a retracement on 1 hour time frame. That's going to be small move, not a big move, but a nice pullback which we can still capture if you want to take your trades by keeping a stop loss above this pattern. So if there is a solid red engulfing candle, that will be a minor double top, first top, second top, and we can go for short trade using 1 ATR and maximum 1.2 to 1 reward to risk ratio for the target. In that case, we'll have a divergence on 4 hour time frame as well. Perfect. So perfect trade we have got right here. We had a nice move down, and that doesn't mean I'll still be in the trade. I mean, what I'll be doing, I'll be monitoring this price again, and I'll be waiting for the price to come to 50 EMA, and if there is a rejection at 50 EMA with bullish engulfer, I'll be going short term long again to this highs right here. I'm not buying natural gas for the long term until we are not broken above these highs. But from a buying opportunity, it will not stop me if there is strong bullish engulfer like this. If that happens, that will be my 1 ATR initial target. Max, I'll be managing this trade till here. If there's a condition, no conditions, no entry. Remember, on a daily time frame that closed as a strong bearish engulfer, and if there's a gap down opening with a pullback, the daily traders can enter their trade according to their own risk management. So with that, that is a valid pullback entry, bearish as well. So heads up here, still bearish. We can still see a perfect push down, and my next sell trade will happen on 4 hour, talking about 4 hour, if we are broken below 50 EMA with a pullback to go short. I'll be also monitoring this bearish head and shoulder pattern if that happens, and the zone below is right here. If the price starts to move down, that is an area from where I'll be looking to buy, but that is quite far. I'll keep you guys informed with that. So buy will only happen above 50 EMA with engulfing candle, or above this zone completely for the change of trend. Trend is still bearish until we are not broken above this high. So double top played out perfectly fine. Like I mentioned, if you have made the money here, that is awesome, and I love if you guys make money. So keep an eye on a daily time frame. We have a bearish signal, and if you're a member, you followed my report, you have made money as well. On this platform, a bearish double top on NEMEX. Stop loss A, take profit can be still 1 to 1. Initially, look for pullback entry bullish. This might open down in gap, still a chance, and hitting your profits. Come out, look for bullish engulfer. Broken down below, I'll be further bearish for natural gas. Looking at on daily time frame, we had this nice bearish engulfing pattern happened on daily time frame. There might be some moves like this before the price pushes down. So beware, we can see a move like double top on daily as well. Only take your trades with condition. If you enter your trades with condition, you have your stop loss there. If things goes wrong, you know there's a stop loss, but at least you have entered with your rules. Goes with all the platform here on OANDA, here on MCX, I mentioned the live session, here on NEMEX, and here on Capital.com, exactly same. A good room on Capital.com might see a push down till here. If there's an engulfer, we'll be going long and then going short again. I'll be looking for bearish head and shoulder pattern as well. But a daily time frame has already given us a bearish signal. Signals the price is likely going to push down at least to 20 EMA on daily time frame. So bearish for nat gas, but for entries, I've already mentioned these conditions. Next up, we have gold. Made a new high. As you can see, the NFP, I've mentioned that the gold is likely going to push up. If you have seen my live session, that is public. Feel free to watch. I've already predicted this move. Now we had broken above this high, means we are bullish. Expect some more pullback above 50 EMA, above 20 EMA, but pullback is something I want to see with bullish engulfer to go long and keep on taking longs. That is all I'll be looking at. Only long trades, but expect some pullback. We're getting a weakening in momentum, means we can likely see some pullbacks and a double top. If that happens, I'll be going short term only, but my bias is towards the upside. Pullback entry is something I'm watching here on gold. Similar as silver has broken out above with a solid candle, means we can likely see a push up and continuation. But less aggressive entry is a solid pullback to 50 EMA engulfer to go long. That is all I'm looking at. I'm not selling gold and silver as long as we are above 50 EMA. Finally, we have crude oil. Nicely broken down. We can expect a pullback back to this anchor right here, which is very likely. Expect a pullback or corrections right here. If that happens, price forms bearish engulfer, I'll be simply going short and keep on taking shots. You can also look for your pullback using Fibonacci levels. Exactly a weaker level because that is not a resistance, but just to see a pullback, there's a likely chance to 50%, 382 retracement. Expect if there is a rejection with bearish engulfer, that will be a strongest signal. Bearish engulfer will be mandatory to go short till 1.618 retracement, and 180R is always my target. And I'll be only going short for crude oil till the price get to my level below or till the price breaks above 50 EMA dramatically for the change of trend. Otherwise, that is my buying area. Buy crude oil. Otherwise, I'm only selling crude oil with conditions. So that's it for the long video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have learned something out of it. If yes, hit like button for me. Subscribe if you're new so we can all trade together and trade efficiently. Hope you trade green and see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care.